livestock industry, we want to improve our stocks, paramihin namin. And we plan to make it 5 times until the end of the term for president. So, kaya gumagawa kami ng ganitong programa kami and para makita namin kung dating ba namin. So, kung titignan mo, first, number 1, feeds and forage. Kasi minsan pinag-uusapan natin livestock eh. Pero hindi natin minsan, hindi naman natin napapansin o binibigyan importansya yung feeds and forage na which is yan nakikita namin na pinaka-importante, even water. So like right now, meron na tayo ngayon, so tinatamaan lahat. So these are the things that we're going to do to be able to attain yung to make our stocks 5 times more till 2020.
Thank you, Sir Yusek Sagaliano, and I think we're still accepting a few more questions before we end our program. Yes, sir.
Hello, good morning. For Informa, what strategies does Informa employ to facilitate meaningful business connections and partnerships among stakeholders in the livestock and aquaculture sectors during events like the Livestock and Aquaculture Philippines?
Thank you for the question. I give you example what we can do. I heard the question on vaccine of ASF, right? So INUSEC has been in Vietnam. Now Vietnam only the country that using vaccine. So we are trying to connect with Vietnam vaccine producer. There is some trial going on. This is kind of example that Informa as the organizer, we make ourselves as a consultancy service through the exhibition. So we will connect each of the sector to meet with the expert. I give you another same example that we do this year on biosecurity. We get the speaker from Thailand who is audit the poultry farm on biosecurity to export to UK. So I get the speaker to share that how strict the exporting country doing on biosecurity at farm. We get a speaker on swine to share with how you can compromise. Can you compromise with biosecurity and sound performance? This is example of knowledge platform that we bring speaker. The other thing is we are helping the farmers. We organize the bus in from around Metro Manila and even go to the area of what's that? Laguna, okay, Alabang that also have the farm. So we arrange the farm visit, arrange the bus in for the farm to visit the show. We working with the city of Basket of the egg, Batangas, in order to promote consumption of egg. So we bring the visitor in. So we kind of connecting all the dots, connect all the dots in Philippines to be at the show and try to bring all association to sit down together, discuss what is the development we can do for Philippines. This is kind of business matching that we try to make it happen at the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rose. And I think we can just accept 1 or 2 questions before we close the program.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Informa, can you discuss any upcoming initiatives or programs that Informa is planning to support the continuous growth and development of the livestock and aquaculture industries post-event?
Very challenging on livestock sector. Informa is just the organizer. What we can do is facilitate the connecting, but we also working with DA in order to give the policy, sharing the policy. What initiative I try to do, I believe that this is what I heard from others also, that many Philippines like to hear from international. They will listen to international more than local. So what we work with DA is we try to get international speaker from across the globe to share what is challenge. Now DA has challenge on how to get every farm do biosecurity. So we try to get a speaker from outside to share the real practice. We try to promote egg is, I would say egg is the cheapest. Can I say that? You say cheapest protein. So how we can get the poor people in some island access to the egg? So we need to do like egg promoting program in this pyramid that we need to increase egg production in many countries. So what Informa do is networking and try to make sure that the funding we have in order to bring farmers, we can reach to those farmers to come to the show. So all these initiatives still around, but I want to address one thing. We need to encourage our private sector to start improving their own farms rather than waiting for to support. Yeah, I think it's time for private sector to stand up. We need to export also. Here we import a lot. So I think we have to turn the scenario around.
Okay, thank you again, Ms. Rose. And I think we can just accept one question before we close. Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, hello, good morning. I'm John Buena from Kumakaw.com. I'm a blogger. My question is for Dr. Jonathan, perhaps, and perhaps Ms. Rose also. I sorely miss the 200 peso per kilo pork in the supermarket. I don't see that anymore, unfortunately. Do we still have efforts to lower the price of produce? What is achievable, you think, during this particular regime? And with the recent, assigning of President Marcos with regards to, of course, signing like the for the rice tariff, he marked it as urgent yesterday. Is there like a clear drawn picture on having lower prices for produce for Filipinos, and is it achievable, you think, sir? And by the way, also, I have also a question for Ms. Rose. With regards to the foreign delegation that's coming, is it possible for them to also devise like a plan, perhaps, for whatever best practices that they have rule-wise to be implemented in the Philippines, if they like talk together? Is there like a siguro kay Doctor? Yeah.
Ako nagsasagot ko regarding anong mangyayari sa livestock.
Yes.
Kung mapapababa natin. First, siguro mahirap gawin. But if we have a program, kaya nga sinasabi nga namin, meron tayong plano dito. Kasi una-una, sa pagkain pa lang, yung corn, feeds natin, we are importing. We're importing, I think, our production is only 60%, 40% import natin, inangkat natin. So those are the things that we have to address para mababa natin yung cost of production. And secondly, isang nakikita ko problema, kasi pagpunta mo ng SM bonus, yung mga choice cuts nila doon, nasa 300 something, less than 400, which is yun ang existing price natin. So, kung titinaw, punta sa wet market, ang taas. So, yun ang ginagawa ngayon ng department, may mga logistic, kaya si Secretary naglagay siya ng asset for logistics para tignan kung paano natin pababain ng presyo. Because napakamahal po transportation natin pag tumataas ang oil, tataasin na naman yan. And like few weeks ago, naging problema kasi kulang talaga tayo sa pagkain. So that's why we're importing. Pero ang goal naman natin, kung ano sana yung kakulangan natin, yun lang import natin. Na wag naman yung mag-import tayo na lahat na natatabunan, kawawa na yung pagsaka natin. So yun ang mga ginagawa namin ngayon sa department. Tinitingnan namin doon, even yung sa importation. So kailangan pa rin natin. So hanggang saan ang pwedeng or volume na may import natin. Wag tamaan yung mga locals natin. Kasi kung sobra-sobra, kawawa yung mga locals natin. Then yung isa, kailangan din ng coordination with the LGUs, yung monitoring ng mga palengke natin. Kasi minsan, yung mga frozen meat natin, binibenta sa fresh na naman tutulaw. So, tingnan natin pa rin yung food security. So, maraming maraming challenges sa department na yun man nakita namin ngayon. That's why we have ang ating secretary, meron siya executive meeting every week to address all these things. So kami naman, we give feedbacks, then yung team namin gumagawa ng resolution para yun naman ang pinapagawa na. Kaya gumagawa rin kami ng programa para meron tayong programa to be able to attain hanggang 2028 with the time of our president.
Sir, implementers lang po yun, no? Not middlemen. Because, of course, if you're putting more people into the picture, it's like putting a lot of costs again to the whole journey of that.
Kasi yung kapulangan natin, may mga nag-take advantage. Kaya kailangan tulong tayo. Like yung mga LGUs, kailangan tignan din yung presyo. And yung kung ano yung binibenta ba? Kasi mga yung binibenta, frozen, pero fresh meat or something. So, yun ang dapat magtulungan tayo. Pero ang sasabi ko, ang department, open kami sa lahat. Kung ano may mga gusto yung suggestions, ano yung mga concerns yun, na-address na namin. So, minsan nga, kung gusto sabay-sabay tayo, punta tayo kasi isang challenge sa akin, punta tayo ng SM. Kaya SM, yung makita yung bonus na produkto, nasa na 300 plus lang. Bakit para sa palengke, 400 plus. So, sample lang ng meat sa ngayon, marami tayong karami.
Alright. I hope that answers your questions. And you have follow-up? Yes, Dr.
Nagdagan pala sinabi ni Yus. Okay. In terms of price, tama si Yusef, medyo mahirap talaga sa ngayon, no? Because number one, yung inputs, katulad din sinasabi ni Yusef, yung inputs, no, like feeds, cost of labor, yan ang nagpapataas ng cost ng produce. Yun ang isang for our consumption. So, dito, as you can see sa framework namin, yan i-address natin through pababain yung feeds, pababain yung cost to produce with those strategies. No? So, kailan mararanasan to? This would take matagal ang effect ito lalo sa livestock. Hindi katulad sa crops kasi mabilis lang. Kasi ang turnover ng crops mabilis. Mga 6 months, 3 months, mga lang. Pero sa livestock kasi it will take years. No? But for the meantime, syempre, ang magiging move ng Department of Agriculture is to yung food security, diba? Food security. So, in tandem yan, local production, i-increase natin. Syempre, while increasing the production, we will be substituting yung importation naman natin. So, yun ang goal ng actually, ito yung goal ng livestock sector, livestock program. To address to substitute yung importation na ginagawa natin ngayon with increasing our local production. So, ganun. Hindi tayo nag-play kasi inputs, logistics, yun ang papataas na yung price.
Okay.
Thank you, Sir Jonathan, for additional inputs. And lastly, your question is addressed to Mr.
Thank you for your question. I add to Yusef and Dr. Nathan. I think it's about supply and demand also on the pricing. And I think it's ASF hit Philippines very badly last 2 years. To replenish the stock, it takes time because you're thinking about the mother pig has to deliver deliver the peak that can deliver commercial peak. So the cycle is quite long. So now we had kind of attain of the Hawk conference. I heard that the farmer is building up back the facility and they need investment, they need peak, they need feed. So it's going there, but I don't know whether it will come down to 200 peso again or not. So the other question is, I think DA already working with OIE, we're working with many pattern on rules and regulation, especially how to cope up with many scenarios. What we can do is, those speakers, they come, you say that, okay, let the department also attain. So that will help in the benefit of whatever they rule out, that is the real example sharing in the session during the show. So I hope that really help to demonstrate and get people confirm that this works with certain country, and they can give example how they run with business in other countries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rose, and thank you, sir, for your questions.